Bam was so comfortable in there, it didn't look like it was effortless.
And then it's like the knockout. It's good to win on points every round, but like the knockout was special. Slipped about 5 or 6 shots, just slip counter with a left hand. Wonderful fight. 25 years old, Raheem. 25, like going further up the pound for pound list every fight.
Some fighters are just different. You put your eyes on them, they look different from the other guys. There's a handful of guys like that in boxing toward the top of the pound for pound rankings, and Bam Rodriguez is one of them.
Right now, Jesse Bam Rodriguez appears untouchable. He isn't merely defeating world champions, he is dismantling them with a sharpness we haven't witnessed in the lighter divisions for many years. Following his latest masterclass, the entire boxing community is calling for one outcome, a super fight against the monster Naoya Inoue. It feels like destiny. It feels like the natural progression. But while supporters are already securing their trips to Japan, one respected boxing legend is suddenly planting his foot firmly on the brakes.
Couple of quick other fights there, and I know they deserve some time, but I don't want to keep you all day. Bam Rodriguez, just kind of makes it look easy out there against guys that are world champions, elite fighters. I think now he's top 5 pound for pound. I think he's maybe 25 years old. I guess my question to you, Tim, can he beat the monster? Can he slay the monster?
Come on, man. Come on. Look, man. There's weight classes for a reason, right? Ain't that what we say all the time? I know Bam is special. Look, man. Look, you gotta go up to 118, 122. You know what I mean? Like those a couple of weight classes up, Bam. I think Bam is very skillful. I love Bam. I love his style. I think he's a tremendous fighter, man. One of the best we've ever seen. But the monster, I think right now, man, is too mature right now.
Tim Bradley, a man who understands precisely what it requires to endure inside the ring against elite predators, has delivered a stark warning to Bam Rodriguez. He isn't claiming Bam lacks brilliance. He's cautioning that entering the ring with Inoue right now could become a career-altering mistake. To grasp why this warning carries weight, you must first appreciate just how sharp Bam appeared in his most recent performance. Tim Bradley didn't temper his praise. He emphasized that while most fighters operate through basic arithmetic, handling simple addition and subtraction in the ring, Bam Rodriguez is executing trigonometry and calculus. That stands as a massive tribute coming directly from a Hall of Famer.
Bam, remember, Bam's still young, too. Bam can be greater than what he is now. You know what I mean? He's one of the greats, man, for pound, young as he is.
What did you see in that fight?
I see Bam taking his time. You see how relaxed he was. Took his time, relaxed. Box when he wanted to box, use his jab, then fight him inside. And he's so comfortable, man. You know what I mean? A great fighter, man. He's a great fighter.
Excellent footwork.
Good.
Right. Like you always preach angles and shifting. Yep. Is he one of the best examples of that in boxing?
Oh yeah, he does it. He does. He's real good, man. He's real good. There ain't nothing you really say nothing about him. And he comes to fight. Yeah. He comes to fight. He'll box you, he'll fight you. You know what I mean? He got it all, man.
Now, you always critical of dudes that talk too much. At the press conference, the face-off, the guy was doing a lot of rapping, talking about what he was going to. Yeah, Bam was real calm.
That's what I'm talking about.
Are those the guys that you got worried about?
Them the guys you worry about, the ones that don't run their mouth and don't say how they say nothing. And Bam is one of them. You know what I mean? You got Boots. You know what I mean? And really, if you look at it, you got Virgil. Virgil don't really run his mouth unless somebody say something. You know what I mean? These guys, them the guys you look out for when it comes down to fighting. You know what I mean? They sneak right up on you before you know it.
Bam keeps crafting angles, discovering openings long before opponents realize they've even committed a mistake, and watching him fight appears remarkably smooth and effortless as he moves like fluid, dismantling elite opponents while absorbing no punishment. This technical brilliance explains why so many observers believe he's the lone man capable of decoding the Inoue puzzle today. but Bradley argues sophisticated calculations mean nothing when the opposing fighter is blasting you with the sheer force of a freight train. Here comes the blunt, sobering reality check. Bradley's hesitation reflects nothing concerning Bam's abilities within the ring, as it stems entirely from fundamental biological considerations. In his recent analysis, Bradley stressed one defining term while discussing Inoue's makeup: maturation. He isn't referring to age or experience, he means pure physical density, because Naoya Inoue is a fully developed, physically dominant monster who has settled into the super bantamweight class.
Fought a brilliant fight, man, and let me just say this: everything that this man has been through, the ridicule, dealing with guys like myself, dealing with the media, dealing with fans, non-fans, just the doubters in general, and for him to be able to bounce back from that, man, that alone right there is Hall of Fame material in my eyes. You know what I mean? Because I've been through that. You know what I'm saying? But what doesn't kill you and make you stronger? And that's what people need to understand. You can ask Shakur Stevenson about that. You can ask, Teofimo Lopez about that, and all these other guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, people think that, because I'm hard on these guys, or because, I look at these guys from a different set of lens, that I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm wrong. No, it's my opinion. It's what I think, but when they prove me wrong, you know what I mean? Like, that's joy to me. You know what I'm saying? You proved me wrong. You showed that, that you not nothing wrong with you. You all good.
Bradley maintains the power gap at this moment is simply too overwhelming. Inoue carries a level of raw explosiveness Bam has not yet encountered. It's that mature strength, the kind of force that doesn't merely win rounds, but shatters bones and reshapes careers. Bradley's concern is that Bam, stepping up in weight, could be entering a scenario where his speed alone cannot deter the larger, more devastating puncher. Tim Bradley holds a very defined view about what it requires to defeat Naoya Inoue. For years, he has insisted that the only type of fighter who might eventually trouble the monster is someone who can match his athletic gifts while bringing greater physical mass. He believes Inoue's true vulnerability lies with a bigger, stronger athlete capable of imposing himself. The issue for Bam Rodriguez is that he represents the complete inverse of that blueprint right now.
Here's the one thing that what will be a factor in that fight, in my opinion, and why I feel Bam Rodriguez will be able to break Inoue down. Now, it's going to be dangerous. It's not going to be easy. Again, I love Inoue and the way he fights, but styles make fights. I know you guys have heard that a million times, and I just think Bam has the style, and this is how I feel that the fight will play out. I feel Bam will start landing that right jab on Inoue's left eye for the first 4 or 5 rounds. The eye is going to be swollen. He's so powerful with that jab. And when he comes in, he uses his footwork. Bam doesn't just come in. Inoue is used to fighting guys that usually on the back foot. And again, going back to Luis Neri's fight, he was not throwing any jabs in that fight at all. Nothing to set up those shots. It's just that Inoue likes to exchange, and Neri was able to land some big shots. Jesse uses his mind to get to positioning and distance. His distancing is great. And I think what would happen is Inoue would get frustrated with that power jab. And what's gonna happen is Inoue is going to start trading shots with Bam Rodriguez when they get close together. And Bam is so great in the inside pocket at landing that right uppercut and left and right hooks to the left uppercut and right hooks to the body. Now, Inoue is dangerous in those spots, but moving on the back foot.
Bam would enter as the smaller man, the one rising 2 weight classes in pursuit of greatness. This scenario falls perfectly into Inoue's grasp. Bradley cautions that as Inoue moves through divisions, he'll eventually meet a barrier, but Bam is not that barrier. Bam depends on footwork and angles, yet against someone with Inoue's timing and destructive power, being the smaller fighter becomes a frightening liability. Bradley suggests Bam must physically mature before he even considers placing his signature on that contract right now, too.
How do you think Bam versus Nakatani would go? Shit, that may be a rough one for Bam. Junto is really a big dude. I'm sorry, he's a super bantamweight right now. I can give a damn where he's fighting. And he's way too tall and too damn smooth. Bam is a better fighter, but that is a tough hill. I think Inoue knocks out Nakatani. I do. Because Nakatani get there low with and Inoue, but that's going to be rough for Bam. I would love that fight though, because Bam is probably, he's one of the most complete fighters in the world. When you say complete fighters, he's one.
So, what should Bam do? Bradley isn't urging him to avoid the fight forever. He's laying out a roadmap for survival. Rather than diving straight into the deep end against the most dangerous puncher on the planet, Bradley wants Bam to test the waters first, at 1-18 or 122 pounds. He even pointed to names like Junto Nakatani and other champions in those divisions. The logic is undeniable. Before you face the top predator of a weight class, you must understand what it feels like to absorb a true bantamweight or super bantamweight's power. If Bam leaps directly from his current division into a showdown with Inoue, the shock from that very first clean punch could end the night instantly. Bradley wants Bam to acclimatize, let his body absorb, adjust, and strengthen, so that when he finally steps in against the monster, he's not discovering the weight difference while trying to survive one of the sport's most ruthless knockout artists.
Look, Bam, this is what I want to see Bam do, man. I want to see Bam go up to 118. I want to see him test the waters at 122. But, get in there with a guy like Nakatani, man. Get in there with another guy like yourself. And improve it, right? That's just what it is, improve it. Bam picking up another strap, that's great. This guy that he faced, it was nothing for him. I said he was gonna stop him. I said he was gonna stop him with a body shot that shouldn't go past 7 rounds. This guy, that he faced, Martinez, give him respect, but he's not on Bam's level. Skill-wise, not on Bam's level. He just hit hard. He's a tough guy. Yeah. And that was it. And Bam made it look easy, of course. You're gonna make it look easy because this guy right here, he's over here and he doing, plus and minus in math. Bam over here in trigonometry. Bam is doing geometry and algebra 2 and calculus. You know what I'm saying? He just on a different calculus. He's on a different level, right? You know what I'm saying, skill wise. So yeah, it's gonna look like that. The fight was boring. The fight was easy. It really didn't test anything other than, his conditioning, Bam's conditioning, because he threw a lot of punches trying to get this guy up out of there, man. And the guy was tough as nails until he found that kill shot, man. And it was just a nice, easy slip, outside slip, and a nice counter right on the money, bro.
Of course, fighters are wired differently than analysts.
Of course, fighters are built differently than analysts. While Bradley preaches caution, Bam Rodriguez is preaching all-out war. Bam has already gone on record saying he's ready to board a plane to Japan to make this fight a reality. He isn't searching for tune-ups. He isn't interested in easing his way into a new division. He wants the legacy fight now. No detours, no hesitation, no half measures.
About, unifying the division against, I really can't pronounce his name properly. It's a really difficult name, but how you feeling about unifying the division?
I'm feeling great. I'm happy to just be back in the mix. I was out since November, but finally the fight's finalized and now, so July 19th, I'm just ready to go out there and perform like always.
Is it at least a little bit difficult for you to kind of get up for this type of fight? I mean, I know it's the unification, but you've taken out like 3 legends. Yeah. Padras, forgot the other guy. Rumsasai having a hard time, man. And obviously the last guy you just took on the pound guy, Estrada. Yeah. So do you have like a difficult time coming up for a guy like this, knowing that you just took out 3 legends, man?
No, not at all. I mean, I know what's at stake. He's a world champion himself, so for me to collect his belt and to unify the division, another division, it's motivating to me, and these are the kind of fights that actually get me up to train 100%, focus 100%, so I'll be more than ready.
Does it get annoying when people keep bringing up the name Inoue to you, man?
It does, but I mean, that's what they want to know. That's a fight people want to see, so I'm expecting those questions all the time.
Do you kind of look at Inoue like he's your Spencer, your Crawford, he's like the Mayweather to your Pacquiao? You look at him like that?
I mean, nah, I don't, but I know a lot of people want to see that fight, like I said. So it's just a matter of time before it happens.
Do you think it's actually realistic though? You're still really young. You're still really young. He's turning, I think he's 31 or 32.
Yeah.
So he is getting a little bit older. He still looks really great. Do you think it's just the fact of just like the timing is a little bit off with you guys?
I mean, yeah, I guess so in a way. Like you said, he's kind of a little older. I'm still young, but I mean, the fight can happen any day, so.
This creates a compelling tension. On one side stands the old-school wisdom of Tim Bradley, a man who has watched too many young phenoms burn out after taking the wrong fight too early. On the other stands the raw hunger of a young lion, convinced his technique can neutralize any size disparity. Bam's confidence is unmistakable, and his willingness to walk straight into the lion's den in Tokyo proves he does not fear the very power Bradley is warning him about. But courage has also gotten countless fighters knocked out. Bradley drew a striking parallel in his breakdown, comparing the rise of prodigies like Abdullah Mason, and by extension Bam, to LeBron James stepping into the NBA straight out of high school. Even the chosen one needed time to adapt to the physicality of a league filled with fully grown men. You don't just enter that environment and dominate without first growing into your own frame.
In your opinion, Eddie, what is the best option for Bam right now?
Well, I think firstly it's important to say that I honestly think that Bam is probably at about 30 or 40% of his potential. Like, you have to understand, it's a very, very young man. You know, you talk about Crawford tomorrow night. Was he 10 years older than Bam? Like, you know, he's got such a long way to go in the sport. So the strategy and the plan and the path is really important at this stage. Juan Francisco Estrada has the rematch option. You know, I think he feels like that time out of the ring, you know, was a little bit of a handicap to him. We don't. We just think that Jesse was sensational. But it was a huge event, did huge numbers, and we'd be ready and willing to run it back. For me, I always believed that a fighter should chase the belts, should chase undisputed, and I think the Puma Martinez fight is a fight that really appeals to Jesse as well, because I think he wants to capture the belts. You know, when he moved from light fly to super fly in 1 week's notice, you know, he says, I want to go back down to light flyweight, and then vacated the super fly to go to flyweight. Then realised couldn't really make flyweight anymore. Now he's back at super fly. So for me, the plan has to be win belts at Superfly and then eventually probably move to Bantam and then keep going up the weight classes. I think you're looking at least a 3-4 division world champion. And who knows, you know, when this is the first time I've seen him out of camp where he doesn't look as heavy.
Bam is essentially living through that transition phase. He is a prodigy, operating at an elite level, yet still growing into his full physical form. Bradley views Bam's current run as a graduation, but he cautions that the jump to Inoue is an enormous leap in opposition, like bypassing college entirely and stepping straight into the NBA Finals against a prime dynasty. The talent is undeniable, but the physical maturity may not yet be prepared for the kind of collision that awaits.
I know one name that's been mentioned a lot is Naoya Inoue. I think you said you were 2-3 years off. Gut feeling, right? Will you two ever meet, do you think? I know 3 years, we're not sure where he might be at. I'm sure we know where you'll be at in 3 years, but gut feeling, yes or no, do you two ever meet in the boxing ring?
I believe so. I've always believed so, that we will meet eventually down the line, but it's just a matter of time. Hopefully, when the time comes.
This leaves us with the ultimate question. Is Tim Bradley being overly cautious, or is he the only one truly seeing the danger for what it is? Bam Rodriguez has made a career out of proving people wrong, and his trigonometry inside the ring is genuinely extraordinary. But Naoya Inoue is a generational force of nature. If you want a final closing line or want the entire script combined into one flowing documentary narration, just let me know.
That is a bad dude, you hear me? Say what you want, I know he's way over there in Japan or wherever he is, but that is a bad dude. You understand me? They don't give him credit because we don't see him that much. That dude right there, I think that dude really is pound number one. He just don't have the competition at that weight class to have that big fight to get it right now. And the United States don't know him because we don't have big fighters in his weight class over here that we know that good.
We only seen him against Fulton.
You feel me? So
he dominated Fulton.
You feel me? The one that we did have, look what he did to him.
Mm-hmm.
So he really number 1 pound for pound, but because you don't have the opposition to prove it, I got to leave Bud there.
Right.
And the reason I leave Bud there because Bud was there for so long with the same problem anyway he had. He had no opponent to be able to prove it. You feel me? Nobody he could have fought to get in the ring and got in front of besides a Pacquiao who wouldn't fight him at the time that he could have used to prove it with. So he was number 1, but he couldn't get a person to get in the ring with him until Earl did. You understand me? So anyway, I think it's number 1, but he's going to be number 2 for now because he don't have that opponent. But that's a bad dude. He's definitely the face of boxing internationally for sure.
Yeah. Internationally.
You know, and in this country, you got Canelo, you got Bud, because Bud takes on all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And he just won the big showdown fight at the welterweight division, which is what Tommy Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard left off at.
Right.
So that's never what we forgot. So anybody wins a showdown in the welterweight division, you definitely going close to the top of the pound for pound with this.
Yeah.
And he just did that. So
When you strip away the hype and the endless fan debates, Bradley's final prediction is undeniably sobering. He believes that if the fight takes place next, Naoya Inoue is the clear and overwhelming favorite. He acknowledges that Bam moves like water, that his rhythm and fluidity are breathtaking to watch, but Bradley's breakdown points to Inoue's precision and destructive power eventually finding their mark. And because Bam is the smaller man, he simply wouldn't be able to withstand that kind of punishment. It's a harsh evaluation, but it comes from genuine respect. Bradley isn't criticizing Bam. He's trying to protect him. He wants to see Bam dominate the lower divisions for years, not get flattened in a super fight his body hasn't fully prepared for.
That he wishes to have before he retires? Is there like a dream fight for him at all?
No one in particular.
Curious, Bam Rodriguez, is that a fighter that you watch, that you like, and that you see his skills and you give him respect?
I've seen him fight before.
まあ今は現実的ではないから。
I don't think it's...
If Bam follows Bradley's advice, we may be waiting another 2 years before this showdown becomes reality. If he ignores it, we could witness fireworks or a brutal knockout much sooner. What do you think? Is Bam truly ready for the monster right now? Or is he reaching for more than he can handle? Let me know in the comments below. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you never miss our upcoming content. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comment section. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next video.